Hey guys, so I'm coming here and I'm looking at what they call an old trapper shack. And so settlers into the New World would be granted land or access to land, and they would build these log homes. And let me show you what one looks like. So they would build these log homes right on site. So they would fell the timber right on site. They'd build it really quickly, and they'd use the bark as roof. They would use the timbers here. They would use saddle notches here for the joinery, and then they would pack it full of mud and building material for the chinking. And so they would also need some place to cook and dry their meat and the pelts that they would gather. And so this is the chimney, and it's built this way for a reason. And the reason that it's built this way, I'll get my finger out of the way so it'll clear up for you, is that it's not a matter of if these chimneys will have a chimney fire, it's a matter of when. And so when they would have a chimney fire, they would burn down, but it would allow it just to fall away from the building, and then they would redo it. They would restack it up, and all of this below is all rock, field stone that they would find, and they would build up the firebox inside with that, and then stack it all the way to the top with timber, and then cover it and line it with mud. And that's how they would do things. Let me show you inside real quick. And there you go. There's the fireplace. And this actually had a chimney fire. You can see the remnants of the chimney fire in there. And they've had to rebuild it. This particular construction it's a reproduction, but it was made with period tools that were hand forged on site, made with mud and material that were gathered from the area in which this was placed. And so it is truly homemade from scratch. It wasn't relocated, but using modern wood, modern pine. In a short amount of time, this construction is only 10 years old, and so modern pine, this is what you get. And so these log ends, this is called a flush mount or a flush log end. So there's not a lot of overlay here. A lot of these log ends protrude out quite a bit on normal log homes, but what the upward facing checks here, that's what you're going to have to take a look at when you're inspecting the log home. Water tends to enter the top of the log end, and then it starts to deteriorate from the inside out. And because these are so close to the notch, once they deteriorate like this, the end is deteriorating, and then it just collapses on itself. And unfortunately, this whole section will need to be brought out and replaced. And this is part of the load bearing or structural factor of the house, because the log home, the logs that you see on a log home, that makes the envelope of the house. And so that encompasses the structural stability and aspect of the house in the exterior walls. But anyways, thought I'd give you guys a quick look at what I'm inspecting and what I'll be talking about later on. Take care.